You're listening to the ASOTU CON Sessions by Effective, recorded live in Philly.
Okay, hey, this is Glenn Lundy with ASOTU CON Sessions. I've got the one and only Mr. Alex Flores. Bravo, Otto! What's it like to be number one, Alex?
It's amazing.
That's it? Just amazing?
No, it's humbling.
Dude, you consistently keep doing this. You go into these dealerships, you rally up these troops, you hold them accountable. I know you do that.
Yep.
But dude, there's dealers holding people accountable all over the nation. They're not getting results like you. What's the true magic sauce, man? How are you growing these stores?
Well, Glenn, you know already, there is no magic sauce. It's all about process. It's all about people. It's about being consistent with training, being consistent with, making sure that people are growing each and every day. And that's something that as leaders, it's our responsibility to have all these things in place and have conversations with people about doing their job, making sure they're doing follow-up, making sure they're taking care of the customer. I know that we hear a lot about culture right now. We hear about having all these nice things at the dealerships for people and all these accommodations, and that's great. I love it, right? It makes me want to go do it myself.
Right.
But what good would it be if we had all those things, Glenn, and our customers weren't taken care of? So I think just like having people wanting to take ownership and having this extreme accountability and just having everybody to take an ownership mindset, I think.
But here's the thing, Alex. I hear people saying all the time, but my people don't want to grow. Right? My people don't want to grow. They've been in the business. They know what they're doing. They're happy where they're at. They're comfortable. So it's one thing for us to want them to grow. But how do we create that environment even for those that aren't interested in that? They're like, I'm comfortable. I'm good. What do you do with those people?
Well, I think that's a myth, man. I think everybody wants to grow. I think everybody wants to add value to their lives. And it's just, you have to make them believers that your mission and your vision means something and it's going to make a difference. And I think, we all know this, Glenn, that leading by example. I mean, you were at a dealership for many years. You did some amazing things yourself.
We did okay.
No, you did amazing. and you know that it takes someone leading from the front, doing it every single day and showing them that it can be done. And not only that, but not being what I always talk about. You heard me say this before, not being a travel agent, but more of a tourist guy where I'm going to take you with me and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah.
It's been fun watching your journey, watching you win, watching you transform lives. I'm curious, though, you went from working for someone else and having a lot of success. You and I both, right?
Yes.
We worked for someone else.
Yes.
Now you're the guy. Like, your success is dependent on you. You're the top guy. What has been the biggest challenge with that transition from being successful working for someone else versus laying it all on the line?
Well, I think we all been there, Glenn, where we don't know. First of all, be careful what you wish for,
That's
right?
I was just talking to Brian Benz talking about that.
Second of all, you don't realize how much people are doing sometimes until you're in their shoes. And I think, I heard a sermon not too long ago where it said, when God gives you a favor, he also puts you in a next level of faith. So I think, as God gives us favor and we're brought up to the next level, more is expected, right? There's a Bible verse that I like. It says, for those who are much is given, much is expected. And I think as leaders, going from a GM to an owner or going from a GM dealer partner to being an owner of a group with my partner, it's definitely humbled me. It's definitely shown me, hey, I need to grow. I haven't arrived. There's so many things, and trust me, at the beginning it was so challenging, man. I was like, what did I get myself into? I had it so good, but look, that's what we talk about all the time. I was comfortable.
Right.
I was comfortable. I was winning. Winning was easy for me. I would come in and boom, 600, 700, 800 cars, number one in Texas, over and over and over, and just winning and winning and winning.
Baby. Cash and checks.
Yeah, exactly. I could come in with my shorts on and my Yeezys and just have fun and get paid for doing it. But at some point, I had to say, you know what, I'm ready to be challenged again. And I took on dealerships that were very challenging in markets that I've never dealt with before, with brands that I've never had before, with brands in places where nobody would want to buy that brand, and they were failing and underperforming and didn't have the right culture, didn't have the right inventory, didn't have the right personnel. And on purpose, I said, I'll take it because I know that it's going to be hard. But I always say, when you do the things that are hard, your life will be easy. When we do the things that are easy, our life will be hard. Can I get an amen?
I can get an amen. One of the things that you do that's hard also that makes other people's lives all better is you have car church on Wednesday mornings. You're pulling together dealers, giving them a time to worship, which is a big deal because a lot of dealerships around the country are closed or they're open on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right? And so even that day that we could maybe go to church, a lot of them aren't going to church. But that's a hard thing to do, especially in 2022 where it's like cancel culture and you can't say this and you can't do that. So tell me why that's so important to you to continue to integrate the spiritual piece to everything that you're doing and for the people that follow you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the idea came behind what I've seen and experienced for so many years, the culture in a dealership, right? Where you least expected to have prayer time, where you least expected to pray for one another or to talk about God and all these things. And I felt like, man, if I was ever in a position where I could talk about God and I could bring these things up, I'm going to do it. And then what I did, I started doing within my dealership. And then I said, well, what if we could do it with other dealerships? And that was right around the pandemic where the Zoom thing was starting. And I was like, let's just do a Zoom and see how it goes. And we're going on 2 years now. With dealers all over the nation. We have dealer principals, we have GMs, we have managers and even salespeople, and it's amazing, man, just to see the growth that I've seen. And then we're equipping ourselves as leaders through spiritual, sharing with each other and learning how can we be more of a servant leader.
Do you think that that's Do you think that that is an integral part of your success? Like, do you think you could have grown these dealerships this way without that?
No, sir. I don't think I know. I know it's a fact. You know, it's always been my rock. It's always been something that I hold on to dearly because I've been through so much. I've been through so many challenges, so many, where people left me and I had to learn about me and where things were challenging, man. And I'm an open book. Like, everything that I've been through, because there's no such thing as a born leader. I know we've heard that before. Sure. You learn through trials and errors, right? And you learn through your wins and your losses. So definitely has been a fundamental platform for me to be able to rely on God and be able to do this. That's why I'm here, man. That I owe it all to him.
I love that, man.
Yes,
and I love that you keep that in front all of the time. I think that's incredibly important. Here we are, 2022. Things are a little bit crazy. There's a lot of different conversations. What's going on with manufacturers? What's going on with franchise dealers? So talk to me. I see you growing and expanding. You're getting calls. You're picking up new stores. Is there any fears, worries, concerns, trepidations going so wide with all of these different brands? Or what are the OEMs really telling you when you're signing on these stores to expect in the future?
No, absolutely. I mean, the future is somewhat scary, I think. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but with people like you, with 800 Club, with people like a lot of my mentors, Liza Borges and Scott Simons and Brian Benstock, our little circle, I think we encourage one another to just not be afraid and to keep going. And we think different, right? I was just talking to Patrick from Beaver Toyota, and I was telling him, there's some coaches out there who are just wanting to get a first down. And they do a great job, right? They run the ball. They don't do anything risky. And they sometimes they can outcoach you because they're just getting first down. Me and you and Patrick, or you, Patrick, and I, we're trying to get Hail Marys and touchdowns, throw it out there, see what happens. And sometimes,
70 yards,
exactly.
90 yards.
And you know what? We've made mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
We've thrown interceptions, and we've realized, hey, that's probably not the right way to do it. But we've also had some amazing touchdowns. We've also had some amazing things happen. I mean, I always say, if if you don't risk it, you don't get the biscuit.
Hey. If you don't risk it, you don't get the
That's
biscuit.
right.
I
That's
love
right.
it, man.
That's
Well,
right.
it's an interesting season, right? And we are having to have some hard conversations. And I think it's important that we have those circles, the right circles of people, right? Because we could jump into some circles that are like gloom and doom, lean back, pull back on your advertising, reduce on your cars. You know, we can't win, all of those mentalities. Or you can be around a Liza, a Ben Stock, a Patrick, a Simons.
That's
you know,
right.
all these dealers that are like, let's go, pedal to the metal, right? I love it, man. Those conversations are getting a little bit harder, I think, between us on the dealer side and the OEMs. I know that they're starting to create, there's some friction there, right?
Yes.
Like Jim Farley comes out and says some things with Ford and the EV conversation. How important is it in your dealerships to have those hard conversations with your people in order to keep them in line and pursuing excellence, even though they got all this going on around them?
Yeah, man, we talk about blocking the noise every day. Just block the noise, because I think I heard David Spizak one time. In fact, I think it was at your event. He said you have the outside culture, and then you have your own culture in your dealership, where your belief system and what you believe in. And we believe that we're going to win. We believe that we're going to overcome. And if you think about all the things that this car business, this industry has overcome throughout the years, 9/11, recession, all the things that we've seen, the tsunami in Japan, couldn't get Toyotas to save your life.
Right.
All these things, the
pretty resilient
yes,
industry.
so many things. Not the pandemic and the strike with GM and getting the cars to the dealerships and all these things that we've been through now. And every time we seem to overcome. Every time we seem the ones that really want to, they can.
That's right.
And that's how we believe. We're like, no matter what, we're gonna create a formula according to the circumstances, the environment, and we're gonna make sure that we come up with something that will sustain. And right now, that's a big focus for us. We're really focused on customer service, focused on fixed ops, making sure that when our customers come to service, they have the best experience, and making sure that we're profitable in fixed ops to our best of our abilities, and maximize every single opportunity. Because I feel like right now, dealers are letting variable be the number one source of income, and that's a big mistake.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree 800%.
800%. But to answer your question is, we do have the hard conversations of, hey, that's the outside world. We think different. We have a growth mindset, not a fixated mindset. Those people may say this, but hey, this is how we're gonna move forward. And I think communication and being able to tell your team make sure that there's clarity in the mission, in the vision, that makes all the difference.
I was at Patrick Abad's dealership, and we took the whole team in the conference room, and we said, okay, is anybody, what's the words, what's the buzzword? Starts with R, everybody's talking about right now. And they were like, recession. I said, all right, let's grab that recession. Everybody hold it in their hands. Let's hold it. We held it up. I said, I need you to crumple it up real quick. Everybody crumpled it up. I said, now throw it out the window.
As far as you can.
And I said, hopefully it'll land on your competitor's doorsteps. But there's no recession going on in this building right here, right? It's really important that we do that. Alex, on top of running stores, you're making podcasts, you're on social like crazy, you're always posting, you're showing all those things. Why is it so important to you that you do all of these outside things? Why not just bury your head, grow your stores, make your money, and move on?
Because I believe we're all put in this world for a purpose. And I feel like my purpose with my story, where I came from, and you and I have really, similar stories, different but very similar in many ways. I think we can be inspiration to others, and I've met so many people just here at this conference that are like, hey Flo, I just wanted to let you know, man, you're an inspiration. And sometimes my wife's like, why do you have to post everything? Why do you have to let everybody? And they say, man, you inspire me to be a better father. You inspire me to spend more time with my family. You inspire me to motivate my team. You inspire me to be more positive. And sometimes, and somebody told me yesterday, I think, when I wake up in the morning and I start even thinking about being negative, as soon as I watch your video, I'm like, no, Flo said, don't do it. Wake up on the right side of the bed, right? Because we have to do this. So I think all of us can use what our great God-given gift and use it to show people that it can be done.
That's right.
Yes,
Amen,
sir.
brother.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
our time's up. 15 minutes goes fast.
Oh, yeah.
This is ASOTU CON Sessions. The one and only Mr. Alex Flores. Brother, I love you.
Love you too, man.
Continued success. I'm wishing it to you. I'm cheering
Yes, sir.
for you. You the man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Glenn.
Yes,
You're
sir.
amazing.
Thank you.